Hi, I'm Dana Obelman. Welcome to this week's video blog. Today I want to talk a little bit about dinner time. I get a lot of questions and phone calls and emails from parents who are concerned that their child doesn't eat dinner, all right? And I want to tell you, first of all, not to worry, that this is a really common problem and one that shouldn't really be obsessed over too much. I know for us, when I think about my own day, dinner time is my biggest meal of the day. I put a lot of effort into making a nice dinner, and it's usually where I sort of enjoy that portion of my day as far as meals are concerned. But the total opposite is true for children. Most children eat a very hearty breakfast, and really, we should, if you look at any of the experts or the advice out there, they say you should eat a really big breakfast. That breakfast should be your best, biggest meal of the day. And that dinner should really be the light, smaller meal of the day. But lots of us have that backwards. But the good news is that kids don't. They are very good at listening to their bodies, much better than us adults. And they tend to eat a really big breakfast. And I sometimes am shocked at the amount of food especially my middle guy puts in the morning. Toast and yogurt and fruit and more toast, and he'll just really fill himself full. And then he eats a fairly decent sized lunch that I pack for him, and then he very rarely eats much dinner. And there was a time in his life where he didn't eat any dinner. He would have a bite and ask to be excused, and off he would go. And there was a time in my life with my first child that I really agonized over the fact that this child wouldn't eat dinner. And I'd be very concerned that now he's going to go to bed hungry and maybe he won't sleep well because of it. And I put a lot of anxiety around it. That was me. I was doing that. I was putting the anxiety on it. And so if you've got that situation, I want you to relax around it, okay? It's very common. It's perfectly normal. It's actually healthier to organize your eating that way. And if he goes to bed hungry, oh well, all right? I don't want you to get caught up in that, because it can be a very clever tool a child uses to get sugary or treat-like snacks later in the evening, okay? My son used to do it with milk. He loved milk, so he wouldn't eat any dinner, and then right before bed he'd want to drink this huge 8-ounce thing of milk. And I had to stop doing that. I had to stop allowing it, because I wanted to teach him that the consequence of not eating your dinner might be that you go to bed hungry, okay? That is an excellent internal consequence, and you really want children to experience those so that they can start thinking for themselves. If I don't eat dinner, I remember yesterday I had that growl in my stomach and it wasn't very comfortable and I had a harder time getting to sleep that night. Good, that's what you want, okay? So lay off the pressure around dinner time. I also don't want you to get into what I call short order cooking, and a lot of people do, because I like a nice dinner and I like to put effort into a nice dinner, and it's not always exactly what my kids are going to want, right? And it's tempting to think, well, I'll slide a few chicken fingers in the oven for the little ones. But I don't want you to do that, because you really want your child to at least have exposure to different kinds of foods. They may not eat it, they might not even, want to sniff it, but it's all about exposure. Children need a lot of exposure to foods before they'll even start to think about giving it a try. So, and you also really don't want to send a message that, hey, it's okay to eat chicken fingers 5 days a week either. So you really want to be careful that you're not catering to the whims of your children, because again, you are the boss here. You're in the driver's seat around this. And if it's really out there, if I've made a really great meal that's kind of crazy and my kids are not going to like it, then I might put out something that I think they would like maybe a bowl of carrots or some bread and butter, so that there's at least an option or two of familiar foods that they would have. But again, that was my decision. I put those out there and then it's their choice. Okay, so dinner time, we're not going to worry about it anymore, okay? Thanks for watching today. Sleep well.